Hello again. How you doing? We're here. We're back again. Another week.
Hi.
Yeah. Well, we're missing one person tonight, Kimm. He's
Yeah,
actually doing an event. Do you know the event? Tell
I
what event?
do. It's she's doing a mediumship event with two other mediums, including Richard Moshella, another medium named Lee, who's quite talented as well.
Mm. So,
Immersive or something it's called. I don't know.
yeah, she wrote it down for me. I was supposed to write it down. But
Yeah. It's
you're kidding
tonight.
me? I forget. I was kidding me. I forget my own name if I wasn't on the screen. You
It's
know? That's why I put my name on
yeah,
the screen. I
it's
should
a really
tattoo it
good
on me
place.
somewhere.
You should, like on your arm.
Yeah, it's like, what's your name? Oh, wait a minute.
Um
Oh, it's Anthony. You know? So,
Yeah, so we miss her. Last week I was gone, and I'm happy to be back finally.
I'm
Getting
happy to
rid
see
of
you.
those, yeah, getting rid of those ear infections. I missed everybody. So hi everybody.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy. Yeah. So it
so
was
now we're
crazy
gonna
this
do
weekend.
our yeah.
It was crazy week. Last week, my son got married. Everybody knows. And then was my old son turned 30, 32. And then was Valentine's Day. And then we had to take everybody out for dinner because of the wedding and of the Valentine's Day. And oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my bank, my bank account's not there no more. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
At least it's on positive. I got like $4 left, so I'm good.
What'd you do for Valentine's Day with your wife? What
We
Laura
we
get
just
for
stayed home
Valentine's Day?
because all the money we had spent everybody
Oh
else.
yeah, I
But,
gotcha.
we did stay home and we ordered sushi. You
That's
know,
nice.
the big they call it the Love Boat sushi. It comes with all the different
Oh,
sushis and everything. So we sat home, ate that, and watched some TV.
that sounds good to
That's
me.
that's all you need. You don't
It
need all
is.
these fancy things to show. It's nice
Uh,
to go out, but it's nice to stay home once
Yeah,
in a while and just enjoy it. Because
that's
it's been
true.
crazy. It's been crazy.
Yeah,
So
it has, but it's all good. And in fact, the 17th of February is our very own Kimm's anniversary, Kimm and Kyle anniversary. So
okay.
happy anniversary, Kimm and Kyle,
Yeah, happy anniversary, guys.
February
Yeah.
17th. And my anniversary is Monday. So
My,
it is really the month of love. Yeah, February
look at that.
24th is my anniversary. So we got anniversaries, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you got everything coming up, and it's like this month's crazy month, and it's the shortest month too. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It is awesome. But I did not go anywhere to investigate. I'm dying to go investigate.
I know.
You
I
know,
know.
I mean,
I know.
the location that we're going to show tonight. Okay, I wish it was much closer because I probably live in that place. I would go there every weekend.
You talk about
Just
it a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we
for
do.
sure. It's one of your
It's one of my
favorites.
top. One of my top. I got a couple of top ones, and this is definitely one of my top locations. I've been there.
Definitely.
Matter of fact, you can I'm not going to say the guest yet, but my team, the Secrets Club Paranormal, was like one of the first teams to investigate it back in 2017. Matter of fact, my name's on the wall with my son Jesse. They let how to write the
Oh,
name on the
nice.
wall. And that's when the wall was still open. Now you
Okay.
forget it. You can't write anything anywhere. Everybody goes there now.
So you've
So,
written on the wall.
yeah. My name's written on the wall with my son.
Oh,
Matter of fact, my card of the time is on the wall.
how nice.
So it's pretty cool.
So
So
say hi to Melissa Blackman in freezing cold Kansas City. My
and
brother lives
and
there too.
and Mary Beth's on,
Oh,
and
Mary Beth. Hello.
yes,
Hope you're feeling
guys.
well, Mary Beth.
I'm going to try to answer your questions as best as possible tonight. I'm going to try bring you on the screen, but
Yeah.
since Kim's not here, Jenny doesn't have the same control, so I have to bounce back and forth between comments and the pitches. So,
Yes.
matter of fact, I think we should start telling
Yeah.
everybody.
I know everybody's probably anxious to meet our guest tonight, so let's
Whoa,
bring them
whoa,
in.
let's. You want to introduce him because I
I
really bad with names. Do you know that?
Yes, not a problem. We're so happy to have Brooke and Zach Pristol from Wildwood Sanitarium in
And-
Salamanca, New York.
I got to bring him in.
Salamanca, New York.
Here they go.
Yeah,
It would be nice to bring them in, huh?
I
Look,
should
they're waiting.
know.
Look, I can see them in the back room, looking, smiling. I'm about to go in. I'm teasing them right now. Here they go. Here they go. Hi.
Ah, there you are.
Oh boy.
After all that, I pronounced it wrong.
You did good. You did
That's all
good.
right.
No,
Yeah,
I'm from New York
Okay,
too. It's like
well,
so funny. I know exactly where you are. I've
I'm
totally
from New
been
York
there.
too. Hey, I mean, I'm
Different New York.
not good. Zach and Brooke.
Yeah.
That's all I could go. For anything after that, I'm just lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're upstate New Yorkers.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm dumb. I guess I'm downstate over here. Hey, city. So,
Anyway, we're so
Yeah.
happy to have you guys here tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're super excited. You guys asked us to have us on and everything, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How's
Did you announce-
everything?
Do you announce where they're
Good.
from?
I did.
Yeah.
You did? Did she did?
Wildwood
I
Sanitarium.
wasn't listening. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. No, everything's going really great. We've had quite a few groups in for February already, and
It's awesome.
lots of history
Oh,
tours
good.
and those tours
Yeah.
going on too. So that's been exciting because normally we don't really get those during the winter. So it's been exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
a tour yesterday.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, we had a tour yesterday.
Really?
It was pretty cool, and they wrote on our chalkboard paint for the first time too. It was the first group to do that, which is really cool. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, on Facebook, me and Brooke, we took a whole bunch of chalkboard paint and painted the one wall with it so people can sign there, because we're pretty much run
Running
out
out
of
of
signatures,
signatures,
like room for
Mhm.
signatures, because we let people, groups that come here, sign on the walls here around the borders, doorways and stuff, and we're just pretty much running out of room. So we thought that's like a good idea. We're gonna take pictures of the signatures and erase them,
Oh.
and that way we can, like, infinitely pretty much keep going with the signatures without removing what's already there.
Mhm.
It's the idea.
Well,
See
that's
that? Anthony was just talking about that.
Yeah.
So
I got my
he was
name
one of
signed
the-
on there twice. 2017 and what? 2023. I think
What
I
was
was there. I was there 2017 and then 2023.
Yeah, I think it was 2023. Yep.
23.
Right.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've been there twice. Like I said, if you guys were closer, I'd probably be sleeping on that couch downstairs again.
Oh, that is a very comfy couch.
It is. I like that couch. I think it's more comfortable in the
Yeah.
bed. And plus, I don't have to climb up 30 flights of stairs to get to a bed. I just go on that couch, take my shoes off,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
enjoy it.
We like to
Yeah.
keep him on the
Oh.
first floor.
Right. People constantly tell me that I'm not allowed to get rid of that couch because that's their favorite napping spot. So
Yes.
It's really comfortable.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. We actually just we're in the market for a new couch, and I'm being so choosy about it because you've got to be comfy. You got to
Oh,
get that
yeah.
comfy couch.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's, you know.
I like that couch because the little girl plays with my toes. So
yeah.
I got a picture of that
Oh.
for later on pictures, and I drew a picture of the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Cool.
got drawings tonight, people in the audience, and drawings. We have drawings. I
Pictures.
got 2 drawings, and since Kim's not here, she still did a reading. So you're going to still see Kim tonight.
Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Kim will be
She
on
got
tonight.
it in.
You know. So
Doing
Yeah,
her
we're excited
thing.
to see that part.
Doing her thing. Yeah, we're so glad. Yeah,
Yeah,
she managed
yeah.
to get the readings in. We were so happy. Because that's, like I said, a fan favorite. Everybody loves Kim's readings. And
Yeah,
it
awesome.
really helps us talk. Like, it leads to really good talking points. Kim's
Yeah.
points lead to really good talking points about the history. So,
Mhm.
mhm.
well, she is
Yeah.
the ghost history medium.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and she's really good. I mean, we have her on, and people like,
Yeah,
know,
people like their jaws
like,
just stay
how do you
open the whole
know?
time.
It's
They're
like,
like,
and this place, and we do not. And I
Mhm.
stress this to the audience: we do not. And I'm a pain in the ass with that because I do not show her, give her a hint. Even the pictures I sent her, she can't even tell locations because of the pictures. Or
right,
even
we take the
even
letters out.
I take everything that needs to be taken out, and then she does her reading, and it's unbelievable how she comes up. You know,
Yeah,
They are. So
yeah.
2017, that's like, that's 8 years now. Is that how long you guys have been there?
yeah. So
I mean,
my mom actually purchased the property in 2017. She closed July 4th of 2017. So we've been here ever since, hacking away at the restoration, obviously, and all the fun things that came with, owning a haunted location. And it's definitely a fun time in a journey, but we love it. I wouldn't trade it for the.
It's like pretty much like a family effort from
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. You know, we kind of all really do our own part.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it
do
is a
all-
family effort. I mean, I see with mom, like when I first went there, mom was there and stuff, and I seen the changes from then to now with
Oh,
the ceilings that had the water things
Mhm.
catch
Oh,
the
yeah.
water to now it was dry and everything, which there was a lot. There was these their families putting a lot of work into this place, and it's
I can
it's
only
awesome.
imagine.
And
Yeah.
I recommend it, everybody. I recommend it. You have to
The
go.
labor of love.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
If you went to so far up there you're more near Buffalo than I am.
Yeah, we're like an hour south of Buffalo.
Okay. So
Yeah, for those who want to know
you like
where it
7 hours
is.
for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I mean, a lot of people know Hinsdale too, and we're only a half hour from there. So
Mhm.
we always tell people, you can hit 2 big locations, right? Within 2 days or 3 days, however you want to split it up, and it
Mhm.
makes it worth the trip.
And I know people
Yes.
that do that. One night at Hinsdale, then one night at Wildwood, or
Yep.
vice versa.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
And
Mhm.
that's often.
it works good. It works good for a lot of people,
Yeah,
especially if we come from down here all the way up there.
Sure. Yeah. It's
We
about
want
5.5 hours for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
and get a lot of we get a lot for our money there too, and they give a good deal with it and everything, so it's really
Oh.
good.
Yeah, got some
Oh.
cool stuff in the area too. You got the antique mall nearby as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. There's an antique mall like real close by, and it's great. A lot of groups always go there, and you can walk around there for like hours and hours.
Yeah,
It's
really
really, it's really neat. It's really neat.
It's a very
Spend the
good
weekend
location.
in
Oh, yeah.
Endicotville.
Oh, yeah,
Spend
yeah.
the
Yeah,
spend the
definitely.
weekend.
Go skiing
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
ghost
can go
hunting,
skiing. Yeah, skiing, ghost hunting. Yeah,
Oh,
Cool.
definitely. I've been skiing there for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
Cool.
High school ski club.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
nice.
High school
So-
skiing club. The skiing club in my high school is a different kind of skiing, if you know.
Yeah.
What I mean.
Oh God. Can you imagine Anthony on skis? That's funny.
I tried it once. I went down.
Did you?
They put me down a bunny slope.
In the Poconos?
Yeah, I went down a bunny slope, and I couldn't stop. I ended up in some puddle with mud all over my face.
Oh my God.
I had these little kids on the side laughing at me. I said, "That's it."
Oh
Wiped the mud
my
off my
God.
face. Went into and hung out the bar all day.
No.
Can you imagine him going straight down, going, forget about
Right,
it?
right.
Yeah. I'd be like, how you doing? How you doing? Ah!
Oh my God. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So we are a history show, so let's
Yes.
get into it. So you wanna start a little bit on it? I know that it was built around 1900, 1903, around that area.
Yeah, so the building, so we have so the deed and everything starts in 1900, but we've been working with the local historians and stuff like that, and we have this theory that it may be a little bit older, not much, but just a little bit older, just because of little things that we found. And so they actually told us too that at a certain point, very early, like late 1800s, all the addresses shifted in Salmaker. So it's kind of hard to date a lot of buildings.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of buildings they put 1900 because they were changing all the addresses and didn't know what to put on it, so that's what they put on it.
Just put 1900.
So yeah.
Would you mind if I show pictures of the place as you're talking?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. And then so 1903 is when the doctors that opened the sanitarium purchased the building. Then they established a business in 1906 and actually opened in 1909.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
see the
when they had
nurses
like
on this one.
So they had like a few nurses, right? Like a private hospital.
Yeah, so we've only been able to find a few names of the nurses because we actually found those from the New York Census. And so we have Bertha, Agnes, and Sue. But then when people are investigating, they also get a nurse, Kathy. But we haven't been able to find anything on her yet. But they do get that name quite often, and she says she's a nurse.
Huh. And it's not a wife of either of the doctors. The doctors Henderson and Perry, right? Dr. Henderson and Dr. Perry. Huh. Or not only one of them had children, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Dr. Henderson, and he
Dr. Henderson.
his entire family are buried in the cemetery that's just a couple houses from the house. So
Oh, okay.
yep.
That cemetery.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's funny because I gave that picture to Kimm,
Mm-hmm.
and once she said she read it. So
Okay.
one of the readings up tonight.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be good. That'll
That'd
be good. So one of the questions I got when people were asking about the show tonight, and this is
Yeah.
such a good question that I just take for granted that people know this, but people said, what's the difference between a sanatorium and a sanitarium?
So one of them took contagious diseases and one of them did not.
Right.
So when people will call it either or, and it doesn't really matter because it has been both at one point. You know what I mean?
Right. They're both long-term care facilities.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But one treats like more contagious diseases like
Yes.
tuberculosis, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right. And that would be like a sanatorium would
Yeah.
treat
Yes.
TB, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Like Waverly Hills, right?
Yeah. Right.
Who
Yeah, I
named
thought it was a
it
good question.
Wildwood?
Yeah, so we actually got the name from when we found all the documents and everything. So obviously the doctors would have came up with it, and we just kind of rolled with it because it worked, and that's what it was called, obviously. And then so the house actually sits on Prospect Avenue now, but actually Prospect Avenue would have been pretty much a driveway at that point, and the house was off of Wildwood Ave, which is there's the restaurant next to us, and then that's Wildwood Ave.
We have some really cool pictures of that too, actually.
Yeah,
We have
when there was nothing around it.
when there's nothing around it, and also like when there's like a car out front, which I believe is Henderson in the car. It looked like.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much tell of what Brooke decided to the driveway.
But there's also it was also like Wildwood. They called this area Wildwood at that point too, because like there's also the Wildwood Bar and Grill that's right down the street, and it was kind of like a little burb, I guess, of the area.
Right.
Similar structure built too. Like it looks very similar. The bricks and everything look very similar. It's a bit more put together though because it didn't sustain as much damage as this place has. Yeah. It seems like.
Okay. So it's how many floors? 3 floors?
So I mean, technically 5 floors. So there's a full basement, 3 floors, and then a full attic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where there's an attic. Okay,
yeah,
that little
there's
window.
14 rooms total, not including the basement, obviously. So.
Wow.
Okay.
Imagine maintaining that house. I mean, well, you guys do maintain it.
Yeah,
but it's big, right? How many square feet?
If it was lived in and everything, like
it's around 3,600 square feet.
That's big. That's huge.
Oh yeah.
I
people don't realize it because you look at it from like the front and it looks kind of smaller, but then you see how long it is.
It's skinny and long.
Yeah, it's
is it? Okay.
I'll show it again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks huge there. But
because the angle of the picture.
On the side, it's on the side.
Right, but if you look
at like directly out front, it
looks smaller.
It looks smaller. It does.
No, but
yeah, that's very large.
That's the other side, I'm believing. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And in the backyard there, is that that looks like a cemetery back there too?
Yeah, so that's something that we want to look into once we get the funds and everything, is we want to do the ground penetrating radar like Dan did at Hinsdale, because see that photo and it looks like there's graves there.
Yeah, it's like you see a tombstone across.
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
So that's something that we want to do eventually, because also we've had tons of people get EVPs talking about someone being buried underneath the basement. We've had so many people send us EVPs of that and everything, so we definitely want to check that out at some point.
Really? That's fascinating.
That is.
That's really fascinating.
I mean,
that's that's expensive to get the ground penetrating radar. Very expensive.
Yeah, the one that's like closest to us is in Erie, and then you got to pay for all their expenses and obviously for them to do the work and the whole thing. And if you're doing something big like that, I mean, you want to have it filmed and everything, obviously.
Oh,
so
sure.
It'll be a big project at some point. We'll get there.
Sure.
It's how about cadaver dogs?
Yeah, we want to do something like that too.
That might be cheaper.
We actually had a friend at one point. she was kind of trying to look into it to see, because her husband, that's what he does, is train dogs, and he's a police
Oh,
officer.
cool.
So that's
That'd be
something
awesome.
that she was gonna look into us for us.
Because Dan, didn't he find like 3 or 4 bodies or something like that?
Yeah,
back
he
there?
did. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
been going there for years. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
When
know.
I heard it, when he was mentioning, he was sitting next to me at one of the events, and I was like, we're talking. I said, we found you really?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
awesome. And he also told me about the structure they found back there by digging, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all marked off. It's really great. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
it's harder because it makes it a little more difficult with us to do things with the land and everything, because we are on Native American land. So
Right.
technically we don't own the land, we just own the house, and we have to rent the land from the Native Americans. So like stuff like that we have to get permission to do. So it's a little more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They,
I'm
they might
sure.
not care as much if it's property. It's like not Native Americans buried there.
Right. Yeah,
You
it just
know?
all depends. Yep.
Because I see it looks like a tombstone there and
Yeah.
maybe a cross or something. So
Yeah. And that picture is actually funny because that picture is from a postcard, and it was a postcard. And Tim Shaw is actually the one that sent us the picture of it. And you can see X's on the picture.
yeah,
So
windows.
that was a woman that put the X's on there. And she wrote that she came here to clear her thoughts. And we actually have a picture of the postcard up on the second floor for people to read and everything. But yeah, Tim Shaw owns that postcard, the original one.
Tim Shaw, yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
She X'd the windows.
Yeah, she put X's on the windows so she could show her family where her room was.
And isn't that now like a sitting area right next to the
Kind
dog?
of, yeah. So like eventually the building was turned into 3 apartments. So they kind of sectioned off a little weird in spots. But yeah, so now it's just kind of like a little mini living room, and we have a couple of beds in there and the heaters in there and stuff. But
yeah, I've seen the beds up there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
What else stuff you guys got?
So at some point, was tuberculosis treated there? I mean, in the pandemic, you had to.
Yeah,
everyone
so
had to.
Before my mom even actually purchased the building and she was looking into it and everything, of course, before you just dive into something like this, it's actually listed on the Cattaraugus County website where they talk about how there was a bigger facility. So the Perrysburg tuberculosis hospital, everyone in the local area knows about that place. They opened up other ones when that facility got full, and it lists Wildwood as one of the clinics that they had.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the late 20s, you had. I mean, early 20s. I'm sorry, early 20s, right? Like you had to.
Yeah. That lady said she needed a sugar daddy.
That was
Zach was like, "Ooh, so do I."
She's
She's got the idea. She really does. But yeah, so
we're the only ones who get that,
really
right?
cool too,
yeah, I know.
We find out new information too. We'll have groups bring new information and show us things that they found, and it's always so cool because it's a puzzle that you're just constantly putting together, and
Oh yeah, and it never ends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, we're always finding new information out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
got to be exciting when something new comes in. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I do my genealogy, and every time I get something new, I'm like a little kid in candy style, like, yeah. And you spend.
I found out.
Yeah, that's actually something that we want to start looking into. We've never really looked into the other owners of the house, so that's something we want to start doing too, is looking into them more. Obviously, we know like the family that we purchased the house from, like we know about them, and actually, so one of our volunteers grew up here. Her best friend was the previous owner's daughter. So we've gotten even more insight from her about just different little things.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is awesome when you get something like that. That's like, hitting a lotto.
Oh, yeah. No, we definitely never thought that we'd be lucky enough to have her and everything. But it's just so cool because little things she'll tell us oh yeah, I remember like when she painted that, or they did this,
She's got
or what
pictures
it
out
looked
front.
like. Yeah, and she has
Yep.
pictures of her in the house and
And
what
out
it
front,
looked
too.
like.
Cool.
Yeah.
There used to be 2 trees out front too.
Like giant trees.
And
yeah.
she had a picture of her with like the
trees.
stumps in the trees too, and everything before like they got cut down. It's pretty cool. Cool stuff.
That's very
How long
cool.
did I own it for?
So they owned it from 2000 till like 17 years.
Oh, okay,
That's a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
so-
always his dream to fix it up and everything, and he had a really good job, and then lost a good job because the furniture plant in town burnt and all that stuff. So, he always wanted to fix the house up, and he just never got around to it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her. That's Alyssa. Yep.
Alyssa, we're speaking about you right now.
Her ears must be ringing. She goes, "They're talking about me. I got to go on."
Oh yeah. No. She's great though, and we joke that she's like, so you know how you buy an old house and it'll come with like a stray cat. So we joke that she's the stray cat that.
Oh, that's
out.
adorable.
And it's so funny too because I met her at Hinsdale just randomly, so I thought that was really funny.
I was going to ask you guys that. Like, if you just go out in the community sometimes and people are like, hey, I know this about that house.
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because, like, being from New York, it's small town, like, people know stuff. People know stuff.
No, like, we'll even be just cleaning or, the whole family will do yard work during the summer. We'll even have the kids out there and everything. And
That's awesome.
People will stop and talk to us and tell us stuff. With it being apartments, I mean, so many people lived here during that time. Mm-hmm. So they'll stop and tell us stories about when they lived here, which I always think is the coolest thing.
Do you like rip out your camera? Can I just record this?
Right? Yeah, no one really has done that yet because obviously a lot of them are older, so it's
of course,
they don't want that stuff, but
no, but it would just be nice for posterity.
I know.
Just put the body cam on. Somebody's talking. Okay, let's put this up.
Right.
I mean, just to get the audio of it,
Right. Yeah.
Oh my
just to hear them. That's awesome. When people come and they volunteer information, about
the neighbor when Paranormal Lockdown came, she actually did a little bit and talked to them and everything, but they were going to do an interview, but at that time her husband was really sick and everything, so she didn't end up doing an interview, but she did talk to Nick Roth and all them about because she had a friend that lived here on the 3rd floor, and she'd come home like late from work and all of her furniture would be rearranged and like weird stuff like chairs on top of tables, stuff like that, like really weird stuff. So she did talk to them when they came and did Paranormal Lockdown about that. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, no, our neighbors are super nice. They love seeing someone.
For the place.
Yeah, oh yeah, they'll look out for the place.
I mean,
they do. So it's really great.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, when we were there, we had people come over and say hello and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I mean, I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
Because they are watching the place, which is, that's perfect when you have, because you're not there all the time. So.
Right. Yeah.
So there's somebody there to watch it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we have the cameras and stuff, but obviously, like, it's nice to have people actually watching out, and everything. Mm-hmm. It was funny, just like, a couple weeks ago, we had a group here, and they were waiting on the porch, but the neighbor called the police because they didn't have a car. But it's funny because the people that were on the porch are neighbors that actually come here to investigate.
Yeah.
They just walked. But they didn't. They didn't
realize and stuff, and like they were just like they just hung on the porch, and we don't live too far from here, so like
they were just
like,
came
I'll
early.
be there. I'll be there in a few minutes, and they call the cops because they're just standing on the porch.
Had no car.
Yeah,
so
just, it looked kind of like
suspicious.
So I get it. I get why they did, but
it's nice
that makes sense
because that they're looking out for the house and everything, and it's
definitely
respect that. Yes, that's awesome when that's because I mean I could see that there's no car, so if you're gonna rob a place, you're not gonna park the car on the front.
Right.
Park a block away.
Right.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But during the day, it's like a little stunad, you don't want to. You don't want to do things during the day. You need a little
Yeah.
darkness out there to sneak
Oh my
around.
God.
Yeah.
Not that I
Yeah, and
know. Not that I
it's a
know.
thing. I mean, we know that
I
from
heard the
Hinsdale.
stories.
Yeah.
Sometimes teenagers come over in Hinsdale,
Oh,
like
yeah.
when we're down there, and
Mhm. Oh yeah.
can we go in the
It
house?
is
Like, no.
too, it's like people, things like this. Let's be real. A lot of people like to see like old buildings that look abandoned or whatever. They want to go in there and stuff. It's like
Mhm.
people do stuff like that. It's like a lot of
You're like,
ghost hunters that do that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Like
definitely.
oh
I
yeah,
never did
some
that.
going to places they're not supposed to be. It's just like
no
know,
public announcement. Don't do that.
Oh,
I
Don't do
never
that.
did that.
yeah, don't do that.
I
I
never
actually
went in the place
had
I'm not
to.
supposed to be.
Yeah, we actually
Ghost hunt.
had to make like a public announcement.
Yeah.
When was that? Like last year or something?
Really?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
we had these urban explorer
Yeah.
photographers come, but then they like posted it and people were talking about on Instagram like breaking into the building and
it's
stuff.
pretty good,
In that like whole week we had so many people here like on the cameras and everything else.
doing a lot of weird
Yeah,
stuff.
it was insane. So we had to put like a public thing out. It was insane, but normally though everyone's pretty well behaved. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't get.
that instance,
Well, the police too, the local police, they'll look
they'll
out
do
for the place
drive-bys.
too. Like,
Yeah.
because
good.
there's been a
Mhm.
couple, more than a few instances where
Oh,
they've
yeah,
had to come
definitely.
through, so they know like what we do here, and
Yeah.
that it attracts people that try to do things like that at
Yeah.
times.
And they're not
Yeah.
afraid.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Well, they don't get out of their car. 'Cause, I mean, when we were there, when the last time I was there, they did stop by and see. They knew we were doing something, but they stopped by to like look and
Yep.
see what we're doing.
Yep. They'll
You
do
know.
that all the time.
And
Yeah.
of course, we're there because we're supposed to be there. So
Mhm.
um, I like to start showing. We have the
Yes.
pictures. I want to show some inside the house.
Oh,
These are the
definitely.
pictures I took when I was there. Hope you don't mind me showing some of this
Oh,
stuff.
you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. And I want to tell a story about this room.
Okay.
Okay, that's like the going to the kitchen.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Really good.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a good
I know
picture.
the light is great.
You can have if you want.
Sure.
Anything I have here, I'll give to you.
Actually,
if you
you
guys
know what? I'm
want.
doing like this project recently. Actually, it involves a lot of pictures in the building. So yeah, I would love that actually.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh,
Don't
then
mind
you
me.
guys see some of the pictures I have. Then you might like some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them is the pictures I stole off your.
Send me pictures, man, because I'm definitely trying to work out. So I'm not really gonna talk about what it is yet, but
Okay.
Well,
it'll be cool when it comes to the play.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
you heard
cool.
it here first. It's a
Yeah.
Zach's project.
Yeah.
The first time I came to your place in 2017, and we just drove all this way, my son and I, and we get there, and your mom was there. She was letting us in and stuff, and for some reason I walked into that kitchen, and it felt like my knee just popped out of place.
Okay. Oh wow.
It just popped out of place, and I just walked in. And it was like, oh, I got a bad knee to begin with, but
Yeah.
it popped out of place, and
Okay.
Strange.
I didn't have any. I didn't, that whole because I just got there. So now we got the whole investigation to do, day, night, whatever. And my knee swelled up like a grapefruit. But I still crawled up those stairs on all fours with my camera on my shoulder.
Big camera.
Yeah. And I did the whole investigation.
Dedication.
Yeah, dedication. Yeah.
And I was in so much pain that my son had to drive home from up there. And my knee was bothering me since.
Oh wow.
And that's how many years now? So
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
my knee went out and everything, and my knee's been bothering me ever since then.
Wow. Okay.
And it was weird. Like it felt like something just pushed my knee, and my knee just went out. I'm like, what the hell? And yes, I was much lighter back then, Jenny.
Well, man, why are you saying it to me? I think you're perfect. Just the way you are.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was wild. I thought maybe something pushed my knee out. It could have went. Maybe I twisted my leg the wrong way, but I never had that issue ever before that.
Right.
You needed a sanitarium, is what you needed.
Yeah.
You needed the doctors and their
Right.
osteopathy.
Yeah.
I need a lunatic asylum. You can
A little bit of a different asylum.
a little bit of everything. Hey.
Yeah, no. So I haven't heard anyone say anything like that. Have you heard anything like that in that room?
No, not like
In different
that.
spots of the house, but not in that room.
Yeah.
But I know, like in that room, a lot of people talk about a shadow man that they'll see, like kind of at the corner of their eye.
Yeah.
And,
The kitchen?
Yeah, in that
Oh.
kitchen, and like REM pods and stuff go off a lot in there.
I've
cool.
I mainly have heard people experience issues like with their body and stuff like that, like on the third floor a lot, mainly.
Mhm.
But also, that kitchen area though, like how Brooke was saying with the shadow figures and stuff like that, is pretty common occurrence. Mainly that. I've heard people talk about getting scratched in that bathroom though too on the second floor though. I've had a few people tell me that, but the
Right on the first floor.
scratches things aren't always like, I don't know. I have a hard time always believing people with scratches.
Mhm.
It can be a lot of different things. You
That's
know,
right.
it's hard to always take that as it being paranormal because
Yeah, I know.
it can
I
be
agree.
a lot. There's a lot of things that can make that happen. This person
Yeah.
there could be
It's true. It's true.
Right.
problems with their body itself. It could be a lot of different things. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
they could rub against something on accident and realize they did, or so. It could be a lot of things.
Easily. Yes.
Yeah.
Or their equipment, you're carrying
It
stuff.
could be,
You got
it
your
could be a
stuff.
lot
Yeah.
of yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Here's I think I got this off your Facebook page. I guess these are some of the stuff you found there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so some of the stuff, especially the stuff to the left, was actually found in the crawl space in the basement when my brother was digging around in there, and when he was working on the front porch too, he found stuff under there.
That's interesting. Deuce Hadzik lunchbox, and then you got the ranch down there. The what was that? Petticoat Junction? No.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't
What is
remember what it says.
That's from Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think so.
The Ponderosa.
I think you're right.
Ponderosa Ranch. Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like. That's cool.
What is that thing right in the middle, just to the left of that crystal? I guess it must be a light cover or something. But what is it?
Yeah.
In front of the Dukes
That
of
looks like some
Hazzard.
electrical box. Is that an electrical box?
That
It
looks
might
old.
be. My dad knows what a lot of that stuff is.
Yeah.
That looks really old. Wow.
Maple oil. You got a lot of wild stuff there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
old Band-Aid.
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of cool stuff.
We have a cabinet too on the second floor of a lot of
Mhm, yeah, it's
little
full of a lot of
stuff
stuff
that
as
we
well,
found inside, walls or floorboards or whatever, working on stuff too.
I know a lot of really cool stuff. Like even just recently, we found above the tiles here. Remember we found that little it was a bottle cap. What was it? Right? It was it was like this really old bottle cap and everything.
It was in the ceiling.
Yeah, it looked like someone was just
cool.
put it up there if they were probably drinking something or whatever. Like it looked like it was from like the mid 1900s. Just pretty cool.
Oh,
I
love it.
I found a light that we didn't know existed either, because they literally. So we're sitting in the living room, and above us, there's the dining room light, and next to it, there's like one of those little. You put them in the ceiling when you do tiles and stuff normally, and they, they're in the ceiling, yeah. But they put, instead of cutting around the tile, they just put the tile over it. So we never knew what this light switch did that's in by the hallway. Yeah. And my dad even put like tape on it and everything because we didn't know what the heck it went to because it was covered by the tiles. So we took all the tiles down and found the light, and there was still a light bulb in it. Yeah. And I'm like, Zach, how much you want to bet we take that light bulb out and it's going to work? And it did.
Yep.
We one in there and it worked.
Wow.
I just thought that was the funniest thing. Like we never knew what it was for, and yeah.
Back then, a lot of times they just buried stuff.
Yeah,
they'll work on stuff and they'll just bury it. Because I know I have a house that's 100 years old in Glendale. Well, it's 100. Wow, it's 20. It's 104 years old. 105 now.
Okay.
It's from 1920, and there was stuff in the wall, and it was like, "Is this live?" I went, "Oh damn!"
Oh no!
Jesus.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course, being an
ouch.
electrician, I should know better, but
Right.
then I saved it off and everything, and I can't track it where it's going.
Oh wow.
You know, it
Oh,
could be in
see
the wall
that?
somewhere. So I
Mhm.
taped it off and I taped it up and I saved it off. But
Wow.
it was just wires hanging out.
Oh jeez.
I mean, they
Yeah,
hit
that's
together,
crazy.
could have caused a fire, and who knows how long they've been there?
Right. Yeah, that's
I've
crazy.
my house is 100 over 100 too, and I found it in this one wall an ironing board that actually comes out the wall, like it actually is
Oh,
attached
that's
to the
I
wall,
remember
right?
those. Yes.
And then I found just the other day in my attic, I found a pack of Camels. It was full,
Oh wow.
Really?
a full pack of Camel cigarettes. I was like,
Wow.
can I
That's
find like
cool.
$5,000? No.
Right.
You got your stuff that you don't
You
use.
know, I still can't believe that cigarettes like used to be like just a normal thing that everyone just used to do.
I know.
And it was
Yeah.
just like
They must have been
And then you
working
just
up
left
there
them
in
in
the attic.
the
Just
one
left
day,
them up there.
forgot
I
about
just
it,
don't
and-
get it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Everyone just smoke them in restaurants, wherever,
Yeah.
stores. Like it was
in
just
their
like
attic apparently.
my mom used to tell me
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
She would tell me like how when she was a kid, her mom used to send her to the store to get cigarettes for her and stuff when she was a kid too. She was like 9 years old. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
to her like, oh, I'm getting cigarettes for my mom. Like
Mhm.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's
Doctors used to
crazy.
And
recommend
my father used to send
smoking.
me for cigarettes, a 6-pack of beer, and whatever change I could use to buy candy with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
nowadays
That's funny.
And I he used to give me like a $5 bill, and
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of money for candy
Yeah, that's funny.
because back then
Incredible.
everything was so cheap.
Right.
They used to sell well, I know they do, it's illegal now, but Lucy's, they used to call them
Yeah.
single cigarettes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
used to,
Really?
you could buy 3 for a penny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever find a shoe in the walls? I found a shoe in the wall too.
So yeah, we have not that I know.
That's
Wait,
that's
there
more
might
of an
have been
1800s thing, I think. Like
there
more of
might
an
have
late,
been
yeah.
one in the crawl space. I think I remember that. But I know, so like a lot of people take pictures of the shoes. So we have a little nook in the basement, and my parents put them there. That was actually my dad's and my aunt's shoes from when they were a baby.
Oh.
So
Oh,
we
okay.
actually put them in the basement on the little shelf by the stairs. So
It
Cute.
was funny
Yeah,
when
for
I
good
met your
luck.
dad. When I met
What
your
was that?
dad that time, I was talking to your dad. I'm
Yeah.
talking to him. I didn't know he's your dad. I
oh
thought
yeah,
and I'm like, and then I said something like, "Did you or something?" I said, "The maintenance man," and you said,
Yeah.
"That's my dad." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah. No, that's okay. He's not like he'll talk to like some of the groups and everything, but he's more like so he used to own a lawn care business and do all that stuff. So he'll do all that outside stuff, the gardening. I mean, you'll see like beautiful
Nice.
flowers during the summer and everything. My parents
He's a
do
busy
all
man.
that, so
Yeah,
Can't beat
they're
that.
both
Yeah.
busy people. You know, they both take care of a lot, and
oh
we
yeah.
definitely appreciate her dad for a lot of stuff he does too, and he definitely.
Oh
does
yeah,
a lot.
that man.
I feel like he just doesn't
yeah,
get enough
he's-
recognition for a lot. Honestly, he does a lot. He
Yeah,
definitely
no,
does.
that man will be here like 3 times a week in the summer, mowing the grass and everything. Like
Oh yeah.
he
awesome.
loves it though. I mean, he does.
And you know, it's like he does it all through. Like he has a lot of pain he goes through too, and he still does it all.
yeah,
Aw.
yeah,
It's
that's
yeah.
awesome."
It definitely is like a full family effort. I mean, like I said earlier, we'll even bring the kids and put them to work. So I mean, we'll make them rake leaves. Or our son actually helped us paint the front porch this past fall, and he was so into it and thought it was so much fun. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
a
yeah.
full
That's
family-
he was
cool.
definitely have a great time with that.
Oh yeah.
We get a little too carried away at
Yeah,
some points.
he
and
got
we're
the
like,
window in one
we're
spot.
like, come
yeah.
on, buddy, you gotta calm down. He's a little
Yeah.
too fast, moving a little too fast.
Give him a paintbrush. Let him go.
Yeah.
I love it. We got 305 in the house.
305s here.
Jenny and Mondo.
They're a good group. If one day maybe they'll come up, they're in Florida, and I would love them to come up to see you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely a location I would definitely recommend if they come up.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe they could do
You guys are much
Hinsdale.
further than us, but
Oh, there's
Yeah.
so many locations by us. I
There
mean, you
is.
really could make like a week out of it,
Yeah,
honestly.
easily.
I recently went to Sweet Home Estates for the first time.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
I got
was a
some
wild
locations
night.
I'd like to show,
Oh,
and then I'd like to show some of Kim's reading.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
just gonna go
yes.
down.
We got to
This
get to
is
Kimm.
one of my favorite rooms.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
All room. Yeah.
It's all room.
He's got new dolls he's got to show you.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, the twins he calls them.
The twins, the Bella dolls.
Mm-hmm.
This is my
Okay.
favorite room. I just want to
To
show
make
you
it-
something from that room.
I
A
love
clip that
We
I
got so many more dolls. We need to do some
Yeah,
more.
there's so many
we
dolls.
have a
Oh,
lot.
jeez.
We've had a lot of people donate a
them.
lot to us.
Yeah.
And
Once
give us
people
money.
know you like
Mhm.
have dolls,
just
they're
like-
here.
yeah.
I don't
But
know.
then you feel bad, like
Yeah.
saying no or whatever. So it's just there's so many.
We have a lot. We have a lot.
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely need to either figure out a better place to like how to position
Store
them
them.
all, or
Yeah.
or store them, or kind of just start just getting rid of some of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
play.
We gotta
two-
figure some stuff out for sure. It's getting a little
Sure.
I
Yeah,
know.
they pile up after a while.
Oh,
I
Sure.
got two clips. One from 2017 when I first came,
Okay.
and when I came recently. Okay?
Okay.
And it's in that same room. So here's the clip. This is actually we went out to eat. And we left the place, and we went to some local bar over there, and it took them 2 hours to make some hamburgers. We were like so pissed. But yeah, so when we come back, I didn't see nothing. I checked my footage and I seen this, and then of course I went back in and check out some more stuff. So here, I'm just going to play.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait, did it say that? Why is the camera moving?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing I noticed. I mean, yeah, you see something fall, but who is moving the camera?
Nobody.
That's so
The
cool.
camera was set there because I set up my cameras and I just put it there and to record. And then
Yeah.
we went out. There was nobody in the building.
I
Wow,
think you should
that's
play
cool.
that again.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it does repeat itself a couple times, so
Okay.
I'll play the whole footage.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And after that was done, and I checked it out. We went up there and wanted to find out what it was. We couldn't find nothing in that corner. And on top of that, I just brought this footage up because they were on the show. I wanted to listen. I could hear footsteps.
Okay. I was going to ask you if somebody's
Mhm.
walking.
Yeah.
I
Also,
hear
you have a
footsteps
radio
now, like
on
they're
or
going towards the
something?
room, and I hear like something talking also.
Yeah, there
There's
was
nobody here.
static. Yeah, I could hear that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I thought that was interesting, and I didn't see, I didn't hear that at the beginning when I replayed it again, because I did that. That was a cut from like 2017, and I didn't know much how to do all this editing and stuff. I still don't know much about it.
Right.
I'm too old for that stuff. You know what I mean?
We let the kids,
cutting
we let
for
the
us
young
is like
people do that.
film. You had to cut with a scissor and film and splice together.
No, he's right. I don't do it
And
either.
it
Yeah, I'm
we
too
didn't have
old for that.
no movies didn't have any sound back then. They were black and white.
Right.
The-
Cool.
Okay. And then the last time I've been
That
there,
was a good one.
this
Yeah, that
is
was a cool
the
clip.
same room. You're gonna hear. So, what did I say? I mean, I mean something like that. I say something, then you hear a little whisper, then you hear the guy with me say, "Did you hear that?" And I did. It sounded like a little like a little cry, and that's in
Okay.
that room, and we're the only two in the room.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, it's her, yeah, like a little cry.
Yeah.
I'll do it
Yeah.
again. Did you hear it?
I did. It's like,
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the very light. I'm going to do it one more time. Everybody in the audience, just up your
Yeah,
speakers
this helps.
or headphones, whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it does help. And and see, here we go. Okay, I mean, it's her, yeah, like a little cry.
Yeah.
Very faint. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very faint, but yeah, you can hear it. That's
Yeah, and we heard it. I mean, we caught it, but I mean, it didn't catch it as good as we thought.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, but it doesn't sound like it's outside. It definitely, how you can sort of
Yeah.
tell. Like
Mm,
that does
yeah.
sound like it's right
Yeah.
by you.
Because that is right
Right.
above that porch area, that room.
Right. Yeah.
There's a little doll in there, and we're taking pictures, videoing, and I actually took pictures of it stills. The first picture I took is clear, and the face, because I was looking through my camera, it seemed like the face was changing on me.
Mhm.
So I took the second picture I took, and it's blurry, like it wasn't focusing, and you can see the eyes are black, and she has a little smile.
Oh, okay.
Here's the
Not
first
creepy at
picture.
all.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, this is great. And
Yeah.
anybody else would have been freaking running back
Like,
to Queens.
Look at the black eyes on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see that's what she looked like? And
Yeah.
she
Okay.
looks like a little upset. Then I took the other one, and it wouldn't focus. And look at the eyes now.
Oh, okay.
And you see the little smile?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to do it again.
Wait, do it again.
You see the
Oh
face?
yeah, like her. Yeah, you're right. Her expression changes a little bit.
Yeah, like the smile. The eyes maybe because it's like a shaky, but
Yeah.
Right, but the
the smile, the
mouth.
mouth is different.
Yeah. It's definitely a bigger smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'll go back. Yeah, one
They're
more
not the
time
only
here.
one to recognize
You
changes
see,
also.
Oh
It's
yeah,
definitely
people
a
have
thing.
definitely caught different.
Oh
changes
really?
in dolls.
Oh yeah. And they there's been times where they've even moved
Oh wow.
all
Oh,
kinds
yeah.
of we've had some people, they fell on some people, even people have gotten that video, even all kinds of interesting things. And with the
Yeah.
eyes too, we've had a few different things with the eyes as well, and a few different dolls even.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Really?
Yeah, we've had people send us videos, pictures and stuff as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Are there people who don't do it? Like I know
Yeah.
I have one of my team
Yeah.
People that
members is
won't
like
even
absolutely
step
not.
into the room.
Oh yeah,
Those people
definitely.
don't even step into
dolls
the
don't
And
bother me.
He's a police officer too. He's like this tough guy and
Yeah.
on my team, and he's like, I do not do dolls.
Yeah,
He
they-
does not do them.
But you
That's
know, you can avoid that room, but there's dolls in other places too.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Everywhere you go, there's a doll singing
Yeah.
the
Oh
hallway.
yeah, of
everywhere.
course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at every location too. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. It's a pretty staple thing to have at
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of people.
Another thing I have here I'm breaking down my my camera and everything, and I hear like music playing, but I didn't hear it at the time. I just heard it after I did reviews on it.
Oh,
I want to make
love
sure
it.
maybe you guys have something there that sounds like this. I just wanted you to hear it before I say could be something. Did you hear it? I'll play it again.
But yeah.
Can you replay it? Could you replay it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that sound like anything?
I heard it.
I heard it, yeah, but I don't think
I-
so.
I mean,
Somebody
I
have
heard
a
it with
motion
the
sensor?
camera, and I think it was breathing. You
You
breathing?
didn't hear the beeping?
That was me
Oh, I
breathing.
heard the beeping. The beeping, was that from the camera?
No, the camera's off.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was like camera piece of equipment doing
But it
that.
almost
Yeah.
sounded like a carousel music.
Right. Yeah, kind of.
Like
yeah.
like
Like
music
old
box
timey
type
kind
thing.
of like
Yeah,
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 like a
I
carousel.
Yeah.
I don't remember any sensors being up there at that time.
Yeah, no, like our cameras, even when there's groups here, I mean, usually they're unplugged anyways. So
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, like I have a musical
kinda
motion
like
sensor,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
that sounded like a merry-go-round.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Let me see if anybody.
That's pretty
The
cool.
first thing that came to my mind was either like I thought it was either like a camera or it was like a music box or something. That's what I was thinking. Like, but it could be. It could have been something else for sure. Like I'm not gonna knock it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying it is. I played
Yeah,
it so
no.
you guys.
It's interesting.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
The
yeah.
what the problem is though with the noises and evidence though is that people can easily like I'm not saying yours is like mess with it all. I'm not saying that, but people can, and that's just that like that. It's always like one of those things. It's hard to like say that's solid evidence because people could be like, oh, I debunked it with this, debunked it with that, and
Yeah.
because like I do a lot of investigating myself and everything, and I've gotten so many cool things like noise wise on recordings, but like it just doesn't count as valid evidence a lot because people could do.
Yeah,
They'll be
you
like,
post
oh, you
it
added
and
that
you're
in
like,
there. You
yeah.
know, you put it.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can you could put
Sure you can.
sound overlays pretty easily on videos,
Mhm.
and like people know that, you know, so they'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, like you faked it, but it's like, no, I didn't though,
But the whole thing
but
is,
you know, that's why I don't ever.
other people know what they're doing. I have no
Never-
idea how to do that.
Post stuff.
I won't post something that's just a sound because if it's just a sound, I'll be like, oh, that's great for me,
Yeah.
but like, or I'll show some friends or whatever, but like, I'm not gonna say like, guys, look at this, oh my god, like, or I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
like, guys, like, what do you think about this? I'm not gonna be like, this is solid evidence. This is you cannot deny this is solid
Mhm.
evidence. Like, but
Yeah.
like, I'm like, hey, it could be something. It could be it's up to you guys, like, to decide. Like, I'm gonna leave it out in the open. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
like everyone will.
That's
it'll stir up a whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
No, that's a good way to be in general, I
You
think.
know?
Just like present it and let people
Oh,
deal
yeah.
with it.
Oh,
I try to
Yeah.
debunk everything. I try
Me
to
too.
debunk everything. Like I won't even sit here and I'll debunk anything I can. That's
I
how.
like you,
And like
Zach.
I love this place. I love this place though because like, I've got
Yeah.
evidence here that like I can't even debunk though. Like I literally cannot even. It's so cool, but it's like that with a lot of locations. I have so much stuff like on my phone in general, like on my computers and stuff, and my cameras. I have all this evidence from this place and a whole bunch of other places, local and around. Yeah, it's fun doing all this, you know. It really is, but it's fun to also like get other people's perspectives because there's some things that I thought I was like, oh,
Ice cream truck. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
I wish it was because I would go downstairs and get myself.
Right?
No, but it sounded like that. Yeah.
There's
Sorry,
times
Zach.
where I literally thought like, oh, this is like really good evidence, and like, and then I've gotten eyes from other people though, and they're like, oh, but it could be this, and like welcome whole other different perspective. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, that makes sense.
Mhm.
True.
That's the cool thing about being
True.
involved in the community too, though.
Also,
Yeah.
in that
I
area, 'cause
totally
I-
agree.
a lot of stuff in that area, and I'll show you the drawing I drew of the girl I seen at the bottom. When you're coming out of that, and you got the second floor going up to the third floor, that walkway. I think you've seen this already, Brooke, at
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
at Gettysburg.
Gettysburg. I remember he showed you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's going up. Now I seen her standing there, and yeah, she was standing there. She had curly hair, the whitest dress, but she was sitting back, and it was interesting, you know.
Yeah, no, that's so cool.
So I had
How
to
old
draw
That
it.
Anthony?
staircase, people
How
get a lot of stuff on
That's
that
very active,
staircase.
yeah.
All
Oh,
of it.
really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's a lot of residual energy going there, but I think there's some intelligent stuff that happens at times as well.
Yeah, because they'll get
Yeah.
lots of like footsteps and
Yes.
different sounds. They've gotten what sounds like women talking in the hallway and everything, and so I think like the nurses or someone like that hangs out a lot in there. Definitely.
The footsteps thing is definitely the big.
Yeah,
big
you'll
thing.
hear
It
footsteps.
happens a lot.
Yeah.
And like those
Yeah.
stairs,
Sounds
it's
like going
that
right
old-
up the
those
stairs.
old boards, those old creaky boards too. So you literally hear like each
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep,
When
definitely.
I was
How
there up on
old,
the third
Anthony?
floor, it sounded like somebody coming up the stairs because I have. Well, I should see if I can find that footage, old footage. See, when I first came to you guys, it was I used to record on the Super 8, the Super 8 tapes.
Yep.
Mhm.
2017 was like different, and now everything's digital. You plug in your computer. Back
Right.
then, you get those tapes. You had to try to get in your computer, and it was like
Yeah.
a project and stuff. And I'm
Right.
lazy, so. But I did have footage of. I had a camera in that hallway, shooting down that hallway,
Mhm.
and it looked like somebody. You could hear somebody coming up the stairs, and the shadow coming up the stairs and going straight into that room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then so when I seen that, I went into went down the hallway and looked in the room, and I thought I seen a little girl. That's what I seem to see there is little girls. I don't
She
know.
Oh,
she
okay.
has
Yeah,
such a look about her.
yeah.
I love that
No,
picture because she
does.
looks
Yeah,
like she's curious, like she's like
Yeah.
this, like
Right.
definitely.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
like I
she's
love the tilt, you know.
yeah, definitely.
And how old do you think she is, Anthony?
I think she's between 10, 12,
Yeah, I was gonna say
13.
11. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, between 10 to
She's not
13, I would
little.
say. No, she's not. She's not a little girl. She's not fully a little girl, but the way she's dressed with the curly hair, to me, that's why I think it's more of
Yeah,
a young girl.
it's adorable.
So, and I'll give this to you. I'm taking over your show. I'm sorry. With my
you're
evidence.
fine. You're fine.
No, when
But
I
let us
was
show all
there,
you about your house. Let us show you your
yeah, I know.
house.
I'll just
Yeah,
show
no,
it.
it's okay.
I was
love
when I
seeing-
was on the couch there last time. I told you I slept on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me on the couch downstairs. Okay,
Oh,
There you go.
I
and
love
my
seeing everyone else's perspective, you know?
Okay.
and my feet were hanging there,
Yeah.
and I kept on feeling somebody grabbing my toes,
Okay.
and then running into that back room, grabbed my toes. As I fell asleep, it grabbed my big toe and shook it, and then I finally see.
Oh.
Okay. So like in the kitchen area.
That's like in the kitchen area. Yeah, that doorway.
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
I have a
The
really good
shorts.
experience that I had with the kitchen one time where I was in the closet over here and I was getting ready to actually live stream here because I'll do that occasionally. I haven't in a little bit, but I used to do live streams here often, like solo live streams when groups were, and I was getting my equipment ready and everything, and I heard so the group the night before had pizza boxes in the kitchen, and they heard the pizza boxes just fly off the kitchen table, and I heard them like fall onto the ground in the kitchen. I was here by myself. Like, oh, that was weird. So I walked over towards the kitchen here, and I could literally hear footsteps, and it sounded like they were walking right towards me. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah,
When
but
they're
then
coming
after
towards
that,
you, it's a whole new
it's
thing.
nothing.
Like,
No.
yeah,
It was pretty weird though. It had me
that
Shook
like
up a
it had me
little
shook over. It had me ready to go.
I
though.
would be too.
Oh, this would be.
I know you're like.
Yeah, you know, this is like awesome. Like,
Yeah.
No,
was
it's
pretty
true. When you
cool,
hear something coming at you, that you can't
Yeah.
see, that's the most unnerving thing I think that can happen.
Yeah, and then like how I said with the creaks, you know how like this is like I was saying it's an old building, everything. You can hear like the creaks, like
Right.
I could hear each creak and everything. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So you said you do history tours, right? You do history
Yeah.
tours, and what else do you do?
So
You
we
mentioned a couple of
do
things.
ghost tours, which is like
Ghost tours. That's
an hour of investigating.
Oh.
And then like we do private investigations during the day as well, because you know some people don't want to investigate during the night, and then we obviously do the overnight investigations. So
That's the best.
okay.
yeah, I mean we've done everything though. I mean we've even had schools here and done a history tour and like a little thing, and you know we've done all kinds of different events. Yeah.
And then like yesterday when I had I was talking about the tour I did yesterday, everything it was a ghost tour, which is like the history tour, and then we investigate a little bit. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
It was like, I think it was a father daughter. That's why I didn't really like ask what the relationship was. It just kind of seemed like that. But they're really nice people.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
when
really
we went
cool.
there, the grandparents stopped by with their little kid.
Yeah.
And then the next day, your mom took them on a tour there, and here I am sprawled out on the couch sleeping there. The door opens. I'm like, what the? And they walked in.
Yeah.
So, so I'm like, hello, and then your mom said, you know, they're here for investigation. They did whatever, and then as they were leaving, I was outside because I didn't want to be on the couch while they're doing it. So I went outside by my car, and they came out, and I started talking to them, and they asked me about paranormal. They asked me about the shows I'm on and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
so I said, and I gave him one of my hats, the Seekers Club hat.
Oh,
Oh,
I
nice.
just had him in. I gave it to the little girl. I said, "Here, I said, now you're a seeker. Now you're a seeker."
Oh,
And she's like, "Oh," and she was so happy about it,
Aw.
that she got a hat, and then she got to see. And then then they wanted to go to Hinsdale, so that was like, you got to go that way.
yeah, right.
He
So
did the same thing to me. He gave me a hat, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, now you're a seeker."
now you're a seeker, and you got to go that way.
I'm
That's
definitely
funny. You,
I'm excited about pretty much this upcoming year, just at 2025 in general. We've gotten so many bookings and everything, so much already planned going forward, and it just seems like we're gaining a lot more traction. Like every year we're doing this, it just seems like
good.
better. Like, and I'm excited for what's gonna come. Like, for example, like this past October, November, we were busy every day. We had people
Oh,
here
I bet.
like every single day, like quite literally every day. And
Awesome.
it was kind of hard to keep up with a little bit, but it was awesome at the
It
same
was
time because
fun,
we got
yeah.
so much going on, and it's like took all kinds of pictures and videos with everybody, and like I got so much evidence myself. Like I would ask like the groups, like, hey, like can I record this? What's going on? Because we get so much cool stuff happening, and I got all kinds of stuff myself from there, and it's really neat.
That's so cool.
Really
That's
neat.
awesome.
That's very cool.
We got
I like
205 in the
doing
audience
it.
in Florida. Mondo and Jenny, you got to go to Wildwood.
Yes, you
Yeah,
gotta
I
come
think,
up.
I think we only have like 11 or 12 Saturdays for the rest of the year, and those are like
Really?
November and December. So
Now he
Yeah. Booking up quick, and like 2025 just started.
yeah,
And
yeah,
pretty much
Yeah.
we're only
yeah.
awesome.
A lot of
I'm so
our
happy for you.
Fridays are pretty much gone too. So people are starting to work on Thursdays now. So
So you
That's
guys also do a
amazing.
Paracon, something like that, don't you?
yeah, so
Similar
we
something?
used to do a Paracon, but we kind of moved it. So starting last year, we do an investigation now,
Okay.
and we donate the money to suicide prevention. So we actually started planning that recently. It's going to be in October, and John Griffin is going to co-host it with us.
Okay, great.
So it'll be a really
Nice.
fun time. Yep.
Yes, you got a lot
We'll
of events.
definitely let us know. We'll post all about it,
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, yes.
on our thing.
We'll definitely advertise
We
it
will
for you.
spread the word.
Yeah, no, we'll have quite a few events, I think, closer to fall, because that's the only weekends we really had left when I made the post, because I recently made a post asking if anyone wanted to host some events, and so that's really the only Saturdays we had left. So there'll be a lot of events definitely during the fall. We do have one coming up the first weekend in March, and that's our girls' slumber party, so we're super excited about that. But
I like that.
Girls
Yeah,
fun
no.
party. Well,
yeah, we're traveling.
unless I put a wig on, I can't get in.
No, so men are welcome too, of course. But it's just more of like a fun thing, we're gonna be in our PJs and stuff and see how the spirits react to that kind of thing,
I love it.
Yeah.
And we're actually gonna be touring and doing them all over too. So we're doing Hinsdale in April. We're gonna be doing Beale Manor, the Hoover House in Gettysburg, like a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
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 I know how fast the year fills up.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
It's amazing.
awesome.
But I'm so
I mean,
happy for
all
you
that.
guys. It's fantastic.
That is great.
Yeah.
So do you want to show a reading from Kimm?
Yeah, that's about to say that. Kimm, I told you, got some pictures I sent her, and she did some readings on it. And like I said, so the first one is she has the Ivory House. Like I said, she doesn't know who it is. So here we go.
Oh, she just calls it the Ivory House.
The Ivory House, because like I said, she doesn't know. She doesn't know the name of the
she
building.
names things.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the first one. It's 2 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Gotcha.
Like 2 minutes, 20 minutes.
We knew what you meant.
Hey.
I always know what you mean.
You know. Hey, you know.
I know. I know. I speak Anthony.
Anthony.
Okay, we have another reading this week for our special guest, and I got 4 very seemingly different pictures, seemingly unrelated, but let's get into it. So I'm going to start here with this house, the beginning of I'm calling this the Ivy House. I'm immediately being drawn to a man. This is man who I feel like would have built the house or had some significant part in the house's founding. I want to be taken to like either the late 1800s, post-Civil War, or like early Victorian. How I'm seeing this man is he is very wealthy. He is very proud of his accomplishments. He's very confident and he's very proud of his accomplishments. He takes me to like an industry. I don't know. It might feel like mining or I don't know. The reason why I'm saying it is because there's like a lot of tools, that there would be like a lot of tools around him. He's wearing a 3-piece tweed suit. Photos of this man either in this house or there are historical photos of this man. And he's very terse and stern. There's no smiling, there's no joy, there's no like, I don't know, it's like kind of like joyless with him. I do feel like he worked mostly out of this house, and why I'm saying is that because I feel like there's an office in this house. It may still be preserved. I feel like there's a connection to a desk in this house also. This man may be seen at the desk or a lot of activity at a desk. So there may be a room or an office that he would have worked in and spent a lot of his time. And there's quite a bit of activity associated with him. So what he would make you feel, you would come into a room and he would be in it, and you are going to feel so uncomfortable. The eyes are on you to be perfect, act perfect, be perfect. Because if you weren't acting perfect, I don't know, like the hammer would come down, kind of, is how he's wanting to say that. Yeah, he doesn't make you feel very good. I don't feel like people enjoy seeing him as a spirit or in.
Anything?
Sound
Yeah,
familiar?
Honestly, it sounded like definitely one of the doctors, but I would probably say like some of it sounds like Dr. Henderson, but some of it sounds like Dr. Perry too. Like definitely like in the beginning part where she was talking about like he owned the building or something but didn't do a lot here. So he kind of ran everything, but he had an office in his house, and that's where he did a lot of practicing and everything. And then Dr. Perry ran a lot of what happened here. At least from the articles that we found and everything. And like Dr. Henderson, we've actually found articles too. Like he was huge in the community. I mean, he was definitely like a big shot. There's tons of, articles about him and his doctor's offices and his treatments and everything. But we actually found a really cool article my mom found where he went on a boat to, it was England or something like that, right? And it was the same kind of boat that the Titanic. It was the same people that made the Titanic.
Is it Lone Star, I think it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, it was at the same time because they talked about in the article that it was taking him longer to get home because the Titanic sank. So it was like really crazy to see that article.
Oh, wow.
My mom was super excited. We actually recently.
That is amazing.
Yeah, not that long ago. But then the part where at the end she was talking about how he's grumpy and people don't really like to. That sounds more like Dr. Perry.
Yeah.
Which in the picture, that's the room where he hangs out up on the 3rd floor.
Oh, cool.
So that would make sense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Do you have a
it's all
desk?
accurate and so.
Do you have anything?
You know.
Kim was saying you might have something of his.
So we do have Dr. Henderson. So his house was right down the street. My mom actually has been in it because she saw someone working on the house because it is condemned, but someone bought it and I guess he's turning it into apartments. And she, stopped by and saw someone working there, and it was actually the guy that owned it. And she went in and asked it, kind of just look around a little bit, and she actually he gave her this chair that looks definitely time period like early 1900s. I think she said basement, and we do have that here. And then we also have so Dr. Henderson was very religious as well. And when we were working on the doll room, the wall, I mean, he probably remembers when the pigeons used to live in the wall there, and there was a giant hole. I mean, you could kind of see outside and everything. It was crazy. But when we were fixing that wall, we found like a little note that had a list of hymns for church written on.
Oh wow.
And so we kind of
wow.
almost wondered if it was his, because he did things like that in the church and would speak, and he was head of the men's club and all this stuff. So we kind of wondered if it was his, you know.
Mhm.
Very nice.
That's
And is he
interesting.
wearing a suit in pictures?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So the picture of him is like almost right in front of us, and he's in a suit.
I'll go grab it.
I would love to see
Right.
it. Yeah.
It's
I'll grab it.
it's his office to where the medical thing is.
Yeah, so he would have had an office in here too as well, but his
Right.
main practice was out of his house.
Because I want to bring up
Okay.
the medical. I'll bring up the office, but I want to see the picture
Well,
first.
she said tools all around. Oh wow, yeah.
And
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's kind of
Yeah.
like hardware green screen on, but
No, it's
yeah.
okay
Well, we
because
see it. We can see it.
it says
And who's
Perry.
that?
oh, you know what? I feel like Dr. Perry might be the one she's talking about staring you down though.
Yeah, it's hard to get green screen. I'm trying to get it. There we go.
No, it's fine,
You
but
can
look
see,
at that
you can
look.
see. It's
Yeah,
funny
that's
because
like-
he's going in and out like a ghost.
Yeah, it's Perry.
But
That's
Perry
kinda
looks like
That's what he.
Dr. Perry's
Yeah, it's hard with
creepy
that
looking. He's
screen.
like staring at you. That's
yeah.
how Kim made me feel.
Okay.
And we
And is
actually we got those photos from their college. That was their yearbook photos.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but he does look stern.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, people and the whole thing too, like talking about no laughing or stuff like that. That's 100% Dr. Perry. Like he'll get very upset. He's very huge on respect and respecting the building,
Wow.
everything. So like a
Wow.
lot of people have, you know, if you're disrespectful to them or the building or anything like that, I mean, you won't have a very good night. Either, you know, something mean will happen or nothing at all will happen. Like nothing.
Right.
That just depends on how they're feeling that night.
Well, you should be respectful anyway, right? But
Oh yeah, no.
but still, yeah, that's pretty cool. Kim, as always, well done.
Yeah.
Um,
And, his office was on the third floor. Is it this one here?
yeah.
So that's where he hangs out now. Yeah, that's definitely his little area up there.
Dr.
Yeah.
Perry.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Dr. Henderson's normally, if we do get contact with him, will be on the second floor.
Okay.
Okay, that's where the pigeons were.
Yeah, the doll room and stuff. Yeah.
The doll room was okay. That's where
Yeah.
because I know we're on the side there and doing EVPs, and all you hear is the pigeons fighting and doing
Yeah.
whatever they're gonna do up
Yeah,
there.
when they had the babies and stuff, and the babies would be super.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like shut
Oh,
up
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
They wouldn't.
Especially
They,
when you had to catch them because they would fly into the doll room and then we'd have to catch them. And it would just be a mess. It'd be so crazy.
I think I'd rather a pigeon flying at me than a bat.
Yeah, true. Now we don't
Ah.
have any pigeons or birds or anything, but we get bees because of the
Oh
side
yeah.
of the house. So the
Mhm.
bees are so bad during the summer.
Mhm. Oh yeah, the bees. I
See
remember
that?
in Hinsdale House, they had them in the walls.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
We're doing the investigation, and they're not good for EVPs.
No.
Anybody here?
No, they're not.
Is that somebody
They're
answering? Oh shit.
Right.
Okay. Here's her
That's
second
so
one.
funny.
This is called Ivy House. The reason it's called the Ivy House because I actually gave her the picture of the back of the house
Yeah, okay.
with the ivory.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it doesn't show any ID or anything. Front of the house has wildwood across it, so
Right.
it gives that's a
Right,
dead
the
giveaway.
sign.
Right.
So here's her second one.
There's a lot of like activity around the windows with people standing around the windows. I see a lot of activity going across the windows, like shadows going across the windows. I also want to be brought to this woman who's here. This woman is, interestingly, she's showing me herself pregnant, which is an interesting choice. And what that means to me is that either this woman died while pregnant or died around childbirth or shortly after childbirth. There's some connection with the children with her. And what's interesting is I'm feeling from her like sorrow and also joy. So she may be showing me herself in this way because this was a very meaningful time for her in her life. because she's also showing me like her hand on her belly, like she's really excited about this, really happy about this. But at the same time, there's sorrow. So I do know that there's sorrow associated with her pregnancies. She might be associated with the man. So the man, I don't know. I'm feeling like a W name, Whitman, like Whit. A W name could be William. An H name, I almost want to do like Huckleberry. Anyway, and I'm not really getting a name with her. Could be A or an N. She's not really giving me a very good clear name on her. But I do feel like her living in this house or walking around, living in this house. I do feel like she's associated with a man, but I'm not sure it's her husband. It's possible. But the degree of sorrow here is also really important because I do believe people who go into this structure, into this home, feel an overwhelming sense of sorrow. I do feel like women in particular may have more of the feelings of sorrow that's associated with this. It wouldn't be uncommon for people to spontaneously burst out into tears and actually have to leave this house because it's just too much. The overwhelming feelings of sadness and sorrow are just, it's too much.
Anything?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it made sense. You know, with the baby and stuff, you know, maybe it was like Dr. Perry's wife or something, you know, that lost a child maybe, or, you know, something like that. But Dr. Henderson also did lose a child. They have a, my mom would know her name. He had 2 wives. And
Right.
there is an Anna, but I think that's Dr. Perry's wife. If I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But did
And-
Dr. Perry have children? No.
No, he didn't.
No, I know.
So that's what I was saying.
Okay,
maybe,
but
like,
Henderson
lost
had
the baby
3.
or something. But yeah, Dr. Henderson
Maybe.
did have kids, but his
But he lost 2,
first-
right?
yeah. So his first wife was actually buried with a baby. It's on the cemetery. Told
I
us
just got chills.
that she's
Okay.
buried with a baby. So maybe that's like what it is, you know? And
Yeah.
you said an H name, so Henderson. I mean,
Henderson,
Yeah.
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 And
And she said
don't
the
know her
W,
name?
the first name is W.
My
Is there a
mom
William?
knows her name.
okay.
But yeah,
I don't
I don't
How
remember.
about the men? Is any of them
I
named
didn't
William
know
or
that.
something like that? Or
What was that?
the doctor's first name?
No.
I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah,
No.
so Dr. John Henderson, and then it's
John
Carol Perry.
Carol Perry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
That's
if I'm buried with my baby, I might show myself with my baby.
Right, because that's how she knew herself, you know, in life before she passed. You know?
I mean, I'm trying not to stretch it, but whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is Al Cooley.
Oh, yeah. No, we remember.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That was a fun
remember, yeah.
event.
He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had him
He's
on.
one of
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have his book and everything.
Yeah, we have his book.
Yeah, isn't it
the
good? Spencer?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have it here.
He
Yeah,
signed it for us and everything.
yeah, it's in
From
the
book,
library
yeah.
upstairs.
It's so
Oh,
good.
so you have
He
a
would-
book, Al Cooley, on your in your library.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
That's cool, and it's
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
See, Al,
Yep.
we get all the greatest people on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al was on a couple of weeks ago, wasn't he?
Al was on a while. Yeah, he was on one of our first shows in this.
Oh,
This
cool.
is episode 19, I think. He was on
Oh,
one of the
okay.
first couple shows. And
his
I was on his show a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And then we just recorded a podcast with him for him,
cool.
the 3 of
That's
us.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It's a very cool show. Yeah, I mean, it's
He's a
funny
great
because
guy.
we didn't stop talking after an hour. We just kept on talking and
Oh,
talking
Imagine
and
that.
talking
awesome.
and
We
talking.
talked
Imagine
about
Anthony.
Yeah. No, they were awesome.
He's just great. Like, I love meeting people like him with the open minds, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
he's just
100%.
like, bring it, tell me,
Oh,
just
100%.
tell me. And I will listen. I
Yeah.
won't judge. I'll just listen, you know, and I'll,
100%.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, he's just great like that. So.
Mary Beth, you
Well,
always participating.
No
So
apologies,
if you want a
Mary
quiet
Beth.
night, you're more than welcome. Don't ever say you're
You
sorry.
got it. Thanks for being
Right.
here, Mary Beth.
Mary Beth
She's
is
our
always
number one
watching us
fan.
every week. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So she wants to be quiet one night. She's entitled to it.
Right?
does
Yeah.
it,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
No,
We're
we're
happy to have her.
tuning in though. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Ivory House, the third one, and the cemetery.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the next photo. So oh boy. I'm going to go to the next photo with some items on a desk here. And I do feel like these are items that would have been found here in the home. I do feel like I'm really being drawn to this lantern in the middle, whether the lantern moves or falls over or like rattling on this desk. But yeah, in general, mementos that I do feel like were found on this property. Memory of children, yeah, interestingly. Yeah, just like little mementos. That's all I'm going to say with this. And then I'm going to go into, there's a cemetery. Something uniform about this. Like they're all here for the same reason. Now this could be war, like Civil War or something like that, or a hospital where like they would all be there for the same reason. And interestingly, what's coming up right now is the Smug Harbor in Staten Island. They have a cemetery in the back there where all the gravestones have like a number from the hospital or sanitarium. So I don't know if that's related, but anyway, so there's two other things I want to bring up with the cemetery here. So when you go to the cemetery, if you do EVPs, I feel like it's a lot of chit chatter. So like you may hear a lot of different whispers, a lot of different voices. It's hard to pick it out. I don't know if you would actually have like an intelligent response in the EVPs. It's just like a lot going on, chit chat. There's also a connection here with an owl, and I don't know what this is. So there's an owl connection. So if you're out here at night investigating, you might hear the hooting of an owl, and I feel like this is actually a spirit thing, like a spirit thing that you would constantly be hearing these hooting or owls, even like a white bird. I don't know if someone's had an experience with a large white bird out here, but that would be really interesting. And lastly, I want to talk about orbs. So these are large, not very pinpoint, but large, soft white or gold orbs, yellow orbs that just kind of float on top of the graves here, just kind of floating from one to another. Nurturing kind of thing, a very loving, caring kind of thing that the orb is doing.
Huh.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you take pictures in the backyard?
We have. Oh, yeah, we have. Definitely. Yeah.
Just curious.
But I don't know, like, so we don't know if any of the graves in that cemetery, besides like Dr. Henderson and stuff,
Right.
obviously know he was connected to the building, but, you know, we weren't sure if any of the graves over there were from, you know, when this was hospital and all that stuff. So that's very interesting that she said that.
We like to go off of any documentation we actually like have gotten.
Right.
You know, and like we haven't gotten so when it comes to names and things like that, we haven't gotten a whole lot of that. Other than
like
the doctors and like some of the nurses and stuff, that there's a lot of missing stuff with the patients, but there's like so much on this being what it was though, the sanitarium and all that. There is like 1,000,001 newspaper articles and all that, and there's just so much of that. But yeah, like how Brooke was saying with the cemetery thing, we don't really know
if any of them are connected to the house. Besides obviously what we were talking about earlier, how we have that one picture where it looks like there's people buried right behind the house. So we want to look into that and everything.
Yeah,
but
definitely want to look into that.
But we've definitely investigated over there too, because like during our public investigations, we'll walk people over to the cemetery to see Dr. Henderson, and I mean we go there too during the summer and leave them flowers and all that stuff. But we've heard like you'll it's in the woods, so you'll hear owls and stuff like that. We've also seen, like she was talking about, the pictures of the orbs and everything around the graves. We've seen that before, like people taking pictures, and so yeah, no, she's pretty dead on with a lot of stuff, definitely.
Amazing. And she said the word hospital or sanatorium.
Exactly.
I think she said.
No,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
cool. Yeah.
See, I messed with her also. The next one, I'm going to play one more for her. Her last one. I sent her she hates dolls.
Oh, okay.
And I sent her the picture of that doll.
Oh, another one.
Yep. And like I said, she didn't know. So.
Well, you torture her too. I mean, he's not. He keeps his doll.
Doesn't like this. So just show her.
It's like, yeah, read this.
Yeah, read this.
It's so bad. One of them, he keeps
sorry,
in like
Kimm.
a plastic bag. You have to show them that. He keeps his one doll in a plastic bag.
I took it out of the plastic bag. I
it's
felt
horrible.
bad.
I'm like, Oh, it just looks
It's
so
not a
Right?
plastic
Let her out of
bag.
the bag. Yeah.
I
See my dog
know.
back there?
Like, oh, the
Oh yeah, I
twins.
see him. Yeah.
But
He's not a plastic bag no more. You made me
yeah,
feel
but you
guilty.
kept showing it in a plastic bag. It looks so sick. I was like,
And
oh, don't
I
do
got
that.
2 of
Don't
those
do
dolls.
that.
I put bids on dolls by just to play. They see, and like the Bella
Like,
dolls. You ever
oh,
see those? I gotta bring them out to you guys.
yeah.
They move, they talk, and everything. They speak
Oh,
Oh,
English
they're
okay.
or
so
French.
creepy. They're
I
like,
want to get
I
one
like
of the
you.
ones where she like whispers. She's from the 60s.
Okay.
I keep my eye on them like on eBay and stuff because I think they're so creepy. Like
That
Mhm.
is super
so
creepy.
cool.
Yeah, these guys talk. I don't
Those
know.
guys are creepy.
Yeah, and the
Bella.
eyes open, and you lay them down. They go,
Yeah.
"Ah," and
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, and they talk to you, and their heads move and everything.
Oh, gee.
And then I have one that the one I had in the bag, baby in the bag, I called it. But,
Do you see why we don't like it?
The baby in
The
the
baby
bag.
in the bag.
you know, hey,
Oh
well,
my God.
and it's actually what do you
So
call
wrong.
those
It's
Cabbage
so
Patch
wrong.
dolls? But the eyes
Yeah.
light up blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, what baby in the bag? What
Baby in
what
the
I'm doing wrong?
bag.
So I'll give. This is the one Kim's reading with
The
the doll, and she's gonna kick my ass. But
What else is new?
I just wanted to see. I mean, the doll. I thought the face was changing in front of us.
Yeah.
But on the camera, I could see it on the camera. But the camera, since it's in night vision,
Mm,
it's that black and white. So you
right.
can't really tell on that. But I did see it with my eye.
No.
That's why we
Okay.
stopped and took a couple pictures. And here it goes.
And then lastly, gonna go to this picture. Now, as Jenny and Anthony know, I have a strong aversion to dolls. But let's go for it. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deeply into this because I do feel like there's quite strong emotions that are attached to this. And when I say emotions, I'm not necessarily feeling like this is possessed, but there are very strong emotions with this. Anger, frustration, hatred with it, almost like I want to just hold on to it and like even just like throw it across the wall or something. I almost feel like this was found here. They don't really even know how this got here. And it's interesting, like there's a name that's coming up and like I can't stop saying the name is Teresa. I don't know, it keeps saying Teresa, Teresa, Teresa over and over and over again. So I don't know if this is the name of somebody associated with this doll or they are looking for a Teresa. It's almost like there's something here about like abandonment, like things come here, people come here, items come here, and they're left there and they don't find their way back home. And this doll is kind of embodying that almost. They find their way there and they are looking for something else and they never find their way home. Definitely when you are here in this structure, I don't know, there's pain associated with this too, like physical pain, like wounds or injuries. I'm seeing like cuts, like opening wounds, pain and sorrow, abandonment, those kinds of feelings. And it's interesting because that's a lot of feelings to have with this man and the woman. So it could be that this property is associated with civil war or some kind of war because there is this like very heavy feeling with it. I don't feel like these are firearms. These are tools. Iron or steel tools. Okay, so that completes our reading for this week. I cannot wait to hear the history about this location, and I hope that you who were also looking at these photos too could feel any history from them as well.
No. Like at the end there, the me and Brooke were just talking about how she's talking about the steel tools or just the tools.
Mhm.
What do you mean? Like, think about it. Until just now, it's like that we are in the Native American land. It could even just be before what even happened then.
Yeah.
Like what even
Yeah.
happened with the doctors. It could have even been
Yes.
before that because
Yeah.
there's history before that.
Mhm.
Right. And she is a location medium, so she feels, the land basically.
Right. Yeah.
That's what she does. And I was thinking the same thing, like tools, like you
Yeah.
said, like you're making
It
tools.
could have been they could have been the Native Americans even they could have had some kind of battle here. So something like that could have happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
we haven't
I was
really
just
we
thinking
want to
that.
look into that on the land
Yeah.
part. We haven't really looked into the land with the Native Americans here. We haven't really done that.
Yeah.
We want to do that at some point soon too.
What?
So you have the Seneca, right?
Yeah.
Nation near you, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're on Seneca Nation. Yeah.
You're on Seneca land. That's what I
Mhm.
figured.
Yeah.
Obviously, growing up in New York, we know a lot about that. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of my Seneca history. You know what I mean? And think what that might bring up in my head. I mean,
there's always
definitely. Like, I mean, I'm thinking back to like the
something good.
Revolutionary War, though, not like really later. She was talking about
Right.
like the Civil War-ish, but like, they were
Right.
British allies, right?
Right.
During the
Right.
Revolutionary War.
Right.
Mhm.
But the tools could
Um,
also have been. It could have been the doctors using tools.
Medical tools.
Medical tools
Yeah.
could have been also a thing.
yeah.
Could,
Yep.
Didn't they
maybe both.
practice
Maybe even both. Like
lobotomies there?
You're exactly.
Yeah, so we've heard different things, and so we're trying to look into the lobotomies and stuff more because we've been told by a few people that they've read it in a book somewhere, but no one can then go back and find the article for us.
Mhm.
So we've been trying to like find
Yeah.
it ourselves and everything. I can't tell you how many nights I've sat there and tried to look and find this dang book, but apparently it's out there somewhere that the guy that like brought the lobotomy to the States and everything, he kind of toured to
Right.
all these different hospitals and clinics and everything. It was trying to get them to do lobotomies and take on the practice and everything. And then we did ask the spirits when we first found out the information. And it's funny because we didn't even say like the guy's full name. We didn't even say it in the house, and immediately they knew who we were talking about, and they told us that there was 7 lobotomies performed here, and they like we'll still ask them to this day about it, and they always say 7.
they always
like
say 7. Yeah.
they always say 7. So it's very
We
interesting.
got Spirit Box of that, EVP,
Yeah,
a whole bunch of like, yeah.
Yep, but we're
The
still
guy-
like we can't find that whatever these people are finding this in, so it's just
Like this reference is out there.
Right.
Is the guy's name Walter Freeman?
Yes.
Is that right?
Walter
Okay.
Freeman. So when we actually like originally asked them the spirits about it, they called him Walt. Like they knew him. Like it was more of like a friendly thing. So it was very interesting.
It was definitely interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's definite too, Walt. I mean,
right.
Yeah, but that's just something we gotta find actual like proof of though. Like,
right. Yeah. We're
gotta-
not gonna like put it in a tour or something like that because we don't have proof of it or anything.
Right.
We've just had like a handful of people tell us that it did happen and they read it in a book somewhere. So
the paranormal proof though is interesting.
Yeah.
Like that evidence.
Sure.
Interesting. It's definitely
I get that name.
we don't have this physical proof, but we've gotten intelligent paranormal responses about it, which is something.
Right, but it could just be a reference to him, like you knew of him. Right, exactly. Like you said, like just whoever was there.
Right. Yeah, it could have also been like some kind of connection with the spirits. They just know.
They know of him.
Who that was because he was very like just maybe
he was
on their side where they hit like he's a very well known.
Well, yeah, it would have been a big
it would have been a big thing. Yeah, it definitely would have been a big thing. Probably talked about amongst a lot of spirits and everything because there's tons of people affected by him.
Oh,
sure. He was performing them at the time. Right. He was the guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that type of he was. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I came in, I heard about that. Then they started bringing up names and stuff, and I forgot the doctor's name from Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum that performed the most in the country lobotomies. And
I'm pretty sure Freeman did them there too.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Which we have a friend that got evidence down there that they left their thing there, and you hear the person scream, "Oh!" and you hear clip, and you hear like banging.
Oh yeah.
And it's on EVP on a just left in that area.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. I've always wanted to go there.
Check that out.
Yeah, that's one of the most, as of now, that's the most haunted place I've been to.
Yeah, I mean it's a little expensive, but I could not imagine what it costs to upkeep a building like that. I mean, so I totally get it. So we've never been able to go, but at some point we definitely will.
Yeah,
I'm going to be there May 2nd.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's on May
cool.
2nd.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Have to let us know how
Yeah,
it
I've
goes.
seen so many different videos and stuff. What was it? Expedition Unknown went there recently.
Yeah.
And the episode and stuff was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place as well. Well, you guys got tell us about the tub in the basement. What was that used for?
Yeah, so in the basement, that's how they did their main treatments, was actually a bathhouse in the basement. And we have a clawful one down there that it's not original or anything, but it is like as a trigger object, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had groups can sit in it and people will say that they feel tingles or their body will heat up or cool down or whatever. So they did different types of baths. So they did like a cold bath and a hot bath, and then they also did electric battery baths where they electrocuted you in the tub. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That's to
Electric
recharge yourself, huh?
Yeah. But
Those
the
were
doctors,
the healing practices
But
back
Yes,
even
then.
the
the
cold
doctors,
baths, they
yeah, we're
put you in
super
water
into
with
that.
ice cubes, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, and they were super into natural healing. Like they, what is the slogan? It's like it's healing without drugs.
Yeah.
Was their
Health,
slogan?
Right.
health without drugs.
Yeah,
I
health
believe
without
it
drugs or
was.
something like that.
Right.
Something with without drugs. So they didn't believe in medications or any of that stuff. They had on the second floor, which is now the seance room, they had a light bath therapy cabinet where it's kind of like a tanning bed a little bit.
Right.
They
Like
stick
UV
the
light.
tube and yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very
But
interesting.
that makes sense though. I mean, there's light therapy now,
Oh, yeah.
for like seasonal
Red light.
affective disorder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Red
yeah,
light
it's
therapy.
just it's
Yeah.
improved upon. Yeah, nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
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 That
Yeah, I
kitchen
mean-
on the second floor, that little kitchen area.
Yeah.
Every time you go there, last time I seen a woman there, but it
Mhm.
always seems like something watching you from in there.
Oh, 100%. Yep. I always
Yes.
feel like that too when we do investigations and everything.
Mhm.
The seance room itself is super active and you'll get tons of stuff there, but that room, like you always catch yourself looking, over,
Mhm.
you feel something. And,
Really.
oh, yeah.
That room is wild. A couple times I went past there. I'm like,
Do you have a
Yeah,
sense
like you
of
seen
who
somebody
it is?
there. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
Because
Yeah.
when I first went there, matter of fact, Ronald Lotus was with me,
Mhm.
Jen, and my son Jesse, and
Uh-huh.
we were sitting at the table, and it's like every 2 seconds, it seemed like somebody just, and you could hear stuff moving there, like it sounds like pots of pans or something moving in there
Yeah.
constantly,
Really?
and you just keep on looking, and you didn't see nothing, but it was like that. I got up and went in there to see if somebody was there because there's a staircase that goes from there to the basement.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also from the second floor
Yeah.
straight down the basement. So I thought somebody
Mm.
might be messing, playing a
Right.
game or something. And it
Right.
wasn't. It was like wow. And that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, your whole location, everything in there, I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
It's
What
like
about the attic? You mentioned there's an attic.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
go up
yeah.
there.
Yeah, the attic is super active too. A
Is
lot
it?
of people will, so there's no floor in the attic. That's something that one of our next big projects that we want to do is put a floor in there because it'll add a whole new area. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But people will hear like stomping heavy boots up there.
Mhm.
With no floor.
They'll
Right.
get different things definitely up in the
Wow.
attic, especially if you leave the door open. Because so the attic door is in the doctor's office on the third floor. So if you leave that door open while you investigate, you'll get a lot of activity and you'll hear things up in the attic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. But you shouldn't be hearing footsteps on no floor. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
There's no
yeah.
floor up there. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And
Well,
you do hear stuff up there. I mean,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
sitting
I agree with
downstairs,
that.
and like I said, my favorite room is pretty much a doll room there.
Yeah.
You know,
do you
And,
guys have a favorite room? Do you have a
My
favorite room, Zach?
seance room.
But
Yeah.
oh, seance room.
I would definitely say honestly probably either a seance room for me or the basement. I love the basement. I've had a lot of really crazy experiences in the basement.
basement
The
is
basement is
wow.
really, really crazy. Yeah,
I
like
love it.
I don't know. I had actually experienced not too long ago actually, and it was actually shook me to my core. I seen a little boy and I believe it was this little boy that we get a lot here. He goes by Tommy, and I think it was him. I'm not entirely sure, but I seen this little boy peek out from around the corner when I went down.
Oh,
I literally fell on the stairs too because it scared the crap out of me.
yeah.
Because I just wasn't expecting it, and his face was like so like dark, like blackened out though. Like it was like weird, and it was like kind of like, I don't know, it was like blurry though, like fuzzy, like almost like didn't look like it almost looked like he was in between or something. Like it was like how you, I don't know, it was really weird. It freaked me out. It was kind of hard to define facial features on his face too.
Right. No, I can tell that
so
it's
quickly
affecting
though,
you.
but like I knew it happened. It scared the crap out of me. Like it really scared me so bad. It took me a minute to like really clock myself. I don't scare that easy.
Of course.
Too.
No, of course.
I really don't like scare that easy.
Yeah.
Like
No, of course.
It definitely shook me to my core. Like it really does take. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I've done a lot of paranormal investigating, and it really does take a lot.
Yeah.
Brooke will tell you, like, it really does take a lot to actually make me like that freaked out.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw an apparition peek
Yeah,
around
and,
the corner. I mean,
basically
that's both.
it is wild.
Too, after that, to see if I could like figure out, because my first thought is I try to rationalize. I'm like, someone breaking here, because I literally just got here. I'm like, I first thought, I'm like, break in here or something. There's someone in here with me or whatever. I'm like going throughout the place. I couldn't find anybody, nothing. I checked like our cameras and stuff on the outside and everything. No one came in but me. It was intense. It was intense.
How old do you think the boy was? Young, like little?
Probably around 9, 10.
Oh, okay. That's
if I were to guess.
so not like a toddler, like a boy.
No,
boy.
it was definitely
okay.
like a little boy, but not like
Wow.
real little, like
Not like a teenager, right? Like not like a toddler.
like a preteen.
My gosh.
Yeah, when we were
terrifying.
there, the front, like I said, when I was there the first time I went there, we were doing. It was me, Ron Lourdes, and my son Jesse, and we were towards the front of the house, and on the other side, when you come down, you walk through, and you have that area where it's like a heater or something like that. It's a room. It's a separate room over to the left, and there's something in there. But we kept on seeing. It's like a storage area, I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's something. I mean, it was dark, so I couldn't make out what it was. But we actually seen shadows in there, and maybe it was a little boy, because they weren't tall. You know what I mean?
No, we definitely heard people like hear things in that little room and everything else, and I definitely heard that before.
And you said Tommy. Where'd you get that name?
So Tommy originally, we kept getting him on the spirit box in different equipment, and he kept saying that he was staying here to find his mom. That's what he's always told us. Now he keeps telling us that he likes to be called Thomas, so I guess he's growing up or something. But he goes back and forth though. Sometimes Tommy, sometimes Thomas. So my mom actually knew this lady, and she came to my mom and told her. So she went to the local school here and everything when she was little, and she actually knew Tommy apparently growing up, and she was in his class. And one day, he didn't show up for school. And then she remembers someone coming into the class and saying that he drowned in the river that, obviously the Seneca River. So it's just interesting. And we don't have proof of it, but, she said that she knew him and everything else. We've been trying to find like an article or something like that.
Right, or like a death record.
Might not have wanted something like that with it being like a little boy and everything. But she actually did tell us that he is buried in the same cemetery as Dr. Henderson. And there is a little boy buried there in the grave says Thomas on it.
Really?
So it's in the little kid part of the cemetery, and there's a birth date but there's only one date on it, so we don't know if it's the birth date or the death date.
date.
We don't know like exactly how old he would have been or anything like that, but it's definitely interesting that a lot of it all connected like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
people get evidence of him a lot.
oh yeah,
too.
no,
Like,
he's
it comes
definitely
through a
yeah.
lot, and his name seems to be like a trigger a lot that makes
Right.
things happen. Even
Yeah.
here. Like it's definitely a big thing.
No, he's definitely one of the more well-known spirits here. Definitely.
Wow.
Is there an age on the grave?
No, it just says
No, it's just
Nice.
one date, so we don't
One
know
date.
like the birth date,
Oh.
or the death date.
probably the death date.
Probably,
I mean,
yeah. But it's in
yeah.
the 70s, and that's when she told us it happened too.
The 70s.
So it's yep. So it's very interesting,
So
and that's
weird.
like when people will see him too. They'll see him in kind of like a 70s little boy outfit.
Oh, okay.
So it's very
That's interesting. Some of the
You
stuff
remember
he found,
that, Anthony?
some of the stuff
Yeah.
he found is from the
What was it?
70s
yeah. Yep.
on that
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Like
remember the
lunchbox.
70s pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
lunchbox, right?
Yeah.
The lunchbox. I never had a lunchbox. I was too poor.
Dukes of
Aw.
So
Hazzard
we had to
lunchbox.
not even have a paper bag. We just threw it on our hand. We had to bring, make sure
You
it
just held
didn't
an
fall over.
apple.
Yeah, I went to school with no shoes on and stuff like that.
Aw.
It was one of the uphill both ways in the snow.
The dinosaurs.
Even in the summer too.
Oh,
Yeah,
During the snowstorms, yeah.
yeah. Those storms during in August. We
Yeah.
went to school all year long. It didn't matter when it was.
Right.
So
I
Yeah.
love that.
Tommy does have his own bedroom and everything here. But he
Nice.
mainly honestly hangs out in the basement. I mean, a lot of people get him in the basement.
In the basement.
And
I
clearly
mean,
Zach
very rarely.
saw him in the basement.
Right,
I
yeah.
see him in the basement. And it's funny because that was during October too. It was at the end of October, and I was here like every day doing tours, and like I
Right.
feel like I don't know if this is like some kind of connection towards it, but like me being here so much, so often, I feel like that made me like help me get a better connection of what's going on
Definitely.
here. Like, and that's why he was able to show himself to me like that.
Sure. Like I know you. I see you all the time here. I'm starting to
basically,
trust
like,
you.
pretty much like
Yeah.
like a familiarity, with our energy and just like a bigger connection.
and
tell you
also
what.
you're a father of sons.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Kind of.
Yeah, that's
You
terrifying.
do have a son, so
Yeah.
maybe he picks that up also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely
Be a
possible that
father.
we are
Our
Could be.
son has actually talked about seeing him as well.
He has.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Our son, so he is autistic. He used to be nonverbal, but he is speaking now. And he used to, so he would go like, ooh, for a ghost.
Mhm.
When
Okay.
he's nonverbal, and that's he would do that all the time, especially in Tommy's room. But ever since he did start speaking, there's been a couple times where he's told us he saw a little boy and stuff like that. And
Wow.
even right where we're sitting, when was that? For my birthday?
Around that, yeah.
Yeah. So we always do all of our family gatherings here because it's a big house.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do, Christmas, Thanksgiving, everything here. So we did my birthday was not that long ago, and we did cake.
February.
Yeah, and so my son was
His birthday.
on the couch with me and my mom, and it was the weirdest thing. Like, this light started flickering that's right above us right now in the dining room, the living room. It started flickering, and then the chandelier started like swinging very slowly, but you could definitely see it. Like, it was
Whoa.
And then he was playing his game on his phone and on my phone, and he looks up at the light, and what did he say? He said something like, there's a lady up there that got shot in the face, and she's dead. And that's what he said.
Just like that.
Yeah, no,
I love it.
blunt.
Yeah.
He's very
Right.
blunt.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
he
totally
said,
get it.
yeah, there's a lady, and she got shot in the face, and she's dead. And then as soon as he said that, the chandelier stopped swinging.
Oh wow.
So it was just like the weirdest thing, but it happened so quickly. Like I wanted to pull my phone out, but then he had the phone, so it's just like,
no.
it was so annoying. But it was just like so crazy that happened. But they definitely do like kids here. Like, they our daughter too, when she comes here, like she'll walk around and you can tell like she sees something. Like it's just, and she'll always go to the one staircase to go upstairs, and she'll just like sit on the staircase with her blanket and just like hang out there. I don't know why, but she does.
And more
No,
about he's actually scared of this place. He doesn't even really like to come here. Like,
yeah, I know. He calls it the spooky house.
Yeah, he pretty much dreads coming.
Well,
here.
if I saw a lady shot in the face dead, I'd
I can't
hesitant too.
I blame him. Like, and he's done stuff like that too. Like even when he was still learning how to talk, like he would kind of just like almost try to tell us he's seeing things at times.
Yeah.
Like we'd be living at other places. Like we bounced around from a few different apartments, me and Brooke, and when we first got together, stuff we were moving around a lot. And the one place we lived at in Little Valley, he was like pointing at the doorway and he was like trying to explain something to us,
some
like
kind of monster,
some kind of like monster or something. He was trying to say he had a bunch of eyes and stuff like that. He was like going this whole big and we're just over here like, buddy, like really? We're trying to go to sleep too. Like, and he's over here like freaking out and we're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Like, but like he definitely sees things,
especially here.
He can experience, and here, he's for sure.
It's amazing. Yeah, children in general are very.
He came here, got scared, and he's gone under blankets and stuff like
really
on a blanket on the couch. Yeah,
oh yeah,
he does. He's not big on this stuff, but he like I think he's gotten a little older now. Like he's getting a little more used to it. Because he'll watch like, some of the ghost hunting shows. Like he'll watch some of that.
He loves ghost shows now.
Yeah,
like,
he'll watch some YouTubers.
Yeah,
and stuff,
Paranormal Caught on Camera and all that.
I love it.
Yeah, he'll watch stuff.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Maybe he'll be on one someday.
Yeah, he's been on Death.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yep.
I did know that.
You know, like,
that's so cool.
They're like teenagers. They're like, hey, look at this. Like, I want to like download like all that and stuff. You know, like Deathwalker stuff down because like just to show them in the future because you never know like what like things happen. You know.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know if it's still gonna be. I hope it's still a thing in the future when they're teenagers, but you never really know. You know, it's like
my son was doing it.
Yeah.
He started at 13, and and when he started getting to girlfriends and stuff like that, that's when he slowed down. And now he's 28, so I don't see him much at all when it comes to paranormal stuff. Not like he doesn't want to do it,
right?
But my other son just got married, and his girlfriend's telling me, "You gotta take me. You gotta take me." She's like interested in all that stuff.
Aww.
So that means if the girl wants to go, he's definitely going.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. No,
we're running out of time here.
I know.
3 minutes left.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Brooke, you have the same birthday as my grandmother. I just want to tell you that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 7th, right?
Yeah.
7th. Yeah.
Well, is there anything you guys want to promote or anything tonight, or anything else?
How do people find you to book you? How do people book you?
Our website's super simple, wildwoodsanitarium.com. And you open it up and there's a little book now button and it says all our different tours and it pulls up a super nice calendar with all the availability, and we try to make it as simple as possible. And for overnight investigations, you only had to put down a $50 deposit to hold the date, and then the rest is due at the door. So it's really
amazing.
An easy system, and
any questions you can message us on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah, that's like what we keep updated the most is the Facebook page. Yeah, the Wildwood Sanitarium Restoration Project. So.
And you also sell merch.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some merch and stuff. We actually have a little gift shop now too, that has paranormal equipment and shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
But you can email us as well too. A lot of people like to do that too.
Yeah, email us.
Okay. I love it. And I see a Seekers Chronicles event there in the future.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be so awesome.
That'd be awesome.
We're starting to have actual Seekers Chronicles events, like history events. So
we're having our first one in June. We just,
but I think yours,
but see how it works, perfect. And then we're going to try to promote more.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
That'd be great.
That's awesome, guys.
But everybody book them because they're filling up. They're filling
Yeah,
up
yeah.
every year.
Yes.
Get
Yeah,
on there.
Your spot, if you want a weekend spot, now's the time to really
Oh yeah.
Yep.
grab
So-
that.
I like the daytime investigations. I love the daytime
Yeah, no, we do
investigations.
too. I mean, and
Yeah.
like we'll do our ghost tours and everything, and people will get stuff. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
you know,
I think
Yeah.
people discount
Mhm.
that too much. I love
Yeah,
daytime.
yeah. Things can definitely happen during the day. I've
Yeah.
got a lot of really interesting things happen during the day here, for sure.
definitely.
For
yeah.
sure. People, some people think that this paranormal stuff only happens at
No.
not true.
Night.
No.
I mean, I like night
It's
too,
all
but I
time.
love daytime ones.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to come. I really have.
Yeah,
I've never
no,
been there. I gotta come.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, we-
crazy.
I hate to break this up, but
I
we got
know.
a minute, not even a minute left.
I know.
Okay. I just want to, we got to say goodnight. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
Zach
I
and,
hope you
Brooke,
enjoyed the
you
readings.
guys
We'll
are
tell Kimm.
awesome.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah,
can't wait to
awesome.
get back out there one day. And,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad the reading worked, with she did something. She named
Yeah.
the doll for me, Teresa.
Yeah.
So,
And we'll see you in
so, yeah.
Gettysburg, maybe.
yeah, definitely.
we'll see.
Hopefully.
Well,
Hopefully.
and
We'll be
hopefully
there.
see you in Gettysburg.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we don't see you in Gettysburg, hope everything
know
works
why.
out
And
fine.
good luck.
Yeah,
with
if
the-
I
with the
go,
baby.
I'll be the miserable one in the pool because I did book a room with a pool view, so I'll be the
you're gonna be
miserable
by
pregnant lady in the
Jenny.
pool.
Be
Yeah.
next to me. Be next to me. I always book
She's
it right
always
there.
booked.
Oh,
Cool.
awesome. Okay, awesome.
And so, I just want to thank you guys for coming, and
Yes.
everybody
thank you
out
both.
there. You got definitely go to this place. It's an awesome place. I recommend it. They're running out of room for the year. Wow.
I know.
That's awesome. I think that's great. And I want to tell everybody, you got to start going to these places and giving them, book them and everything else. So, because of
Support them.
the money that you guys make, you actually put back into the building of these locations. And that's, between
Can't beat
tax
that.
and just maintenance on the place and everything else and keeping
Yep.
whatever might need to be done for it.
Yeah,
So
that's
right.
everybody, I just want to tell everybody on this, thank you for coming. We had a great audience, 305, Mary Beth, Melissa,
Wow.
and we have a lot. We had up to almost 20 people tonight watching.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I just want to let you guys know, if you guys go on a paranormal investigation, make sure you stay safe, because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Forget about it. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?